Okay, in this problem, if we take the derivative of what's underneath the square root radical, we'll get -2. So we have here an extra x. So if you recall, when you have too many x's in the problem, so that you can't get the derivative of one part of the problem is somewhere else in the problem. So if you recall, that's when we usually do a u substitution. So let's give that a try. So let's let u be equal to 3 minus 2x. So if that is the case, then 2x would be equal to 3 minus u. So x would be equal to 1/2 times 3 minus u. And dx would be equal to 1/2 times -1 du, which is -1/2 du. So let's make these substitutions into our problem. So we have here, in place of x, we're going to put 1/2 times the quantity 3 minus u. In place of our square root of 3 minus 2x, we know that 3 minus 2x is equal to u here, so we can put square root u. In place of dx, we can put -1/2 du. So now if we multiply 1/2 times -1/2, that will give us a -1/4, and since that is a constant, we can factor it out in front of our integration symbol. And then the square root of u is u to the 1/2, so if we distribute u to the 1/2 through our parentheses, we'll get 3u to the 1/2 minus u to the 3/2 du. So now, using our power rule for integration on both of these terms, the -1/4 stays in front, and we will have 3 times 1/2 plus 1 makes 3/2, so the reciprocal 2/3 goes in front. So 3 times 2/3 u to the 3/2 minus 2/5 u to the 5/2, also using power rule for that term of the integrand, plus c. So the next thing that we want to do is start simplifying this expression that we have. Okay, so if we simplify -1/4, 3 times 2/3 just makes 2 u to the 3/2. And then minus 2/5 u to the 5/2 plus c. Okay, so let's move to another page here. Okay, so just copying over that last line on the previous page. So simplifying this, one way to go about simplifying this is to factor out a GCF. So we would have negative 1/4 times, I could factor out a 2/5 u to the 3/2. And that would leave behind 5 minus u. Now if we replace u with the original substitution that was made, u is equal to 3 minus 2x, we can further clean this up a little bit. So negative 1/4 times 2/5 will reduce down to a negative 1/10, and replacing u with 3 minus 2x, that was the original substitution, 3 minus 2x raised to 3/2 times 5 minus 3 minus 2x, and simplifying here, we will have negative 1/10, 3 minus 2x to the 3/2. If we simplify by distributing the negative through the parentheses here inside the brackets, we will end up with 2 plus 2x. And 2 plus 2x, we could factor out a 2 from that and simplify it just a tiny bit more, so negative 1/5, 3 minus 2x to the 3/2 times 1 plus x, or you might even turn that around and say x plus 1.